Hello and welcome to the tip of the day. I'm Dr. Amy Starr with the Mesa Veterinary Clinic, Paws and Hose Mole Veterinary Services in San Francisco Stables, and we're helping El Paso help their pets. So today I'm out in the field doing work on horses, but I wanted to do a quick video tip on traveling with pets. I know we're after the holidays and a lot of people are settling down, but everybody takes trips at different times, and I found a really good article, and it does have some specific websites of where you can do research on specific items that are needed during travel. So I'm going to try and see if we can post that article onto our Facebook so that you can check that out and find those specific websites. But basically, there are several different things to know. First of all, it's important to know the regulations of where you're going. So if you're going to regardless whether it's a state inside the United States or whether it's a country, every location has different requirements, and especially the different countries. So it's important to find those requirements. You can get those online for the different countries if you go to USDA.gov, and then for the different states, each of those states has their own website for that. And so you can just research the type of animal that's traveling and then the requirements that they have. They might have different vaccine requirements or even different ages for the vaccines, and they have information for large animals and small animals. So definitely do your research. Obviously, when we're helping you with a health certificate, we do a lot of research for you, and especially since we do a lot of health certificates in our clinic, especially with all the military we have in El Paso. But it's important that you do your own research as well. You know, don't leave it up to someone else to make sure that everything is taken care of and squared away. The second thing is to make sure that you know what diseases are possible in the area that you're going. For example, here in El Paso, we don't have one of the horse diseases called Potomac horse fever. However, if we have a client that's traveling back east, then we're going to go ahead and order in the vaccine and vaccinate the horse for that disease so that it's protected when it gets to that area. Same thing with in our small animals, things like Lyme disease and lepto and things like that. We don't typically have very much here, but in other areas it is prevalent. So it's important to do a little research, know what you're going to be coming up against when you do get your pet to the final location so that you can be proactive and protect them against that. The third thing is to make sure that they have their preventative care, just general things that are required here in El Paso, because when pets travel, regardless of the species, it is stressful. And so they can have their immune system a little bit stressed out because of the stress of traveling, and then they're more prone to getting sick. And so you want to make sure and have them fully dewormed and have them heartworm prevented, all their vaccines, etc., so that they can be more healthy and don't get sick along the way. Another thing is to make sure that you have permanent identification. Anything can happen when traveling, and just like our luggage can get lost, unfortunately it's always possible for a pet to get misplaced. And so if you have that permanent identification, which is basically considered a microchip, then you know, obviously then your pet can get back to you or get back to its location where it needs to be. The microchip needs to be registered internationally. Really, really important. At our clinic, we register all microchips that we place internationally, and there's no additional charge for that, but check your chip, because not every clinic does that. And so it's important to make sure that it is, otherwise it's worthless. It's just a foreign object inside the body and it's doing no good. Tattoos sometimes can be or are considered as permanent identification, but they're a lot harder to research and to track down, so we always recommend microchip. Another thing is to be sure that your transport is comfortable and that your pet is used to it. You know, think about the emotional stress that the pet goes on when it's in a new environment and around all these new sounds and peoples and smells and stuff. And so make sure that at least the carrier that your pet is traveling in is something that is comfortable and they're used to. You know, get it used to it, travel around with it, even just if it's around town for several months in advance, and get something that smells comfortable to them, maybe a blanket that they've been sleeping on or something like that they can travel with. So there's a lot of things to consider when traveling with your pet to make it safer and more comfortable. And definitely, if you have any questions, please let us know. Like I said, we do a lot of health certificates, and so we can definitely help you with those questions that you have. And I hope everybody has a great day. Bye-bye.